to this Friday conversation with Reverend Allan. I thank you so much because you've been working with me as I try to tackle issues of life, our day-to-day living. And remember, this season we've been picking up broken pieces. And today we are dealing with rebuilding broken trust. And maybe one of the questions that you could be asking yourself, or somebody's asking themselves, is, will I trust again? Will I trust again after what I went through, after what I saw, after what was done to me? Will I trust again? There's a big wound somewhere that was caused because of mistrust. And this wound keeps on informing on how we are going to relate with other people, on how we are going to relate with other situations. And one of the questions as we ask ourselves, will I trust again? I can also ask myself, can I survive without trusting? Can I live without trusting? Can I move without trusting? Because I've come to discover that trust is a center. Trust is a beacon in every individual life. Without trust, you can do nothing. Without trust, you cannot relate with people. You become a fake person. Therefore, I came to a place and a point in life and I said, you must have trust. Yet the trust was broken. Therefore, I said, I must work on trusting, on rebuilding my trusting ability. Therefore, I said, trusting again is always work. It is something that you need to work on yourself and to work on what caused mistrust and the effect of mistrust in you. You build it and you build it, you rebuild it until you are able to regain trust again. Because trust is a factor that you cannot live without. You must rebuild your trust. You must make sure that you have the ability to trust again. Therefore, I welcome you today as we journey together in this program, rebuilding the trust and dealing with mistrust. And I pray that God will bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. Today in our Friday conversation, before I join the panelists there, so that we may discuss on the issues of broken trust and rebuilding it, I have my friend Pastor Julius and his wife Miriam. We have worked together now for over 10 years and I've known them. And one of the things that has kept our relationship in the ministry is trusting each other. I have trusted them and I know they trust me and I know that they trust each other, and that's why we've been working together. But I want to be specific with the two of them as we deal with the issues of trust. Maybe I will ask Pastor Julius, if today you get an information that your wife has been having some things that you don't like, bad thing that actually you don't like, and you used to believe her so much, will you trust her again?
Okay, indeed, if it so happened that she does something that I never expected her to do, I think for one, it will shock me because of the level of trust that I have built over the years. And coming to trust her again after I realized what she's done is a sign of betrayal may take some time. I may not really recover the trust immediately, but depending on the level of our relationship with her, I will need time to rebuild again that trust.
Thank you. And now, Miriam, suppose today you get to know that Pastor has been keeping a certain major secret concerning his life that may affect both of you, that he did not disclose to you. He has kept that secret for a long time. Will you trust him again?
Maybe I can say depending on the issue, because that time the trust is broken. I will take time, because this is something we are building over a period of time and over the years. It will take time. I say maybe I'll trust him again, but it will take time before I start trusting him again, because this is a tricky situation, and if it happens, it will take time.
Thank you. Now I know that you two have stayed in marriage for quite some time now, and I know that one of the things that has kept you people together is the element of trust. And I know that trust just did not come in automatically. There's a contribution of each and every one of you. You have worked on that element of trust. Pastor, just in less than a minute, can you tell us how you came to trust Miriam?
Okay, I came to trust Miriam because of the level of honesty. When she is quite open, when she likes something, she will say. When she is displeased, she will say. And it was easy to build trust because of that level of honesty.
Thank you. Miriam?
Maybe I can say because of the level of genuineness amidst me and Pastor. He has been genuine in his life to me. He has been open. There's nothing that he has kept apart or away from me. he's very much genuine. He can say when he likes something or he dislikes. So we have built trust over it.
So we all believe that trust is necessary for our lives, and we all believe that we can rebuild the trust if it is broken, even though it's not easy. So we thank you. Let us go to the panels.
Good afternoon. Again, we have Friday conversations with Reverend Allan. We continue with the issue of picking up broken pieces, and we handle the topic of rebuilding trust. I just want to welcome the owner of the show, Reverend Allan, just to pick up with a conversation on rebuilding trust. Karibu.
Today in our show, as we are dealing with picking up broken pieces, we are dealing with rebuilding trust. And every time you speak about rebuilding something, it means that it used to be there and then it was broken. So we want to rebuild that trust that was broken. And remember, trust is earned. Trust is never given. Sometimes we think that even the small children are trusting us unconditionally. It is because we build that trust. They learned how to depend on us. Therefore, we want to work together in this journey as we rebuild that trust that was broken somewhere. I welcome all of you.
Thank you. We have Reverend Nicholas Rotich, who's worked with us in this journey. Vicar SK Belgut, Parish. Karibu tu sana, Reverend. Thank you. It's always an honor to have you here.
Yeah,
We've
thank you so much.
enjoyed the show with you. We have our able, wonderful psychologist, Janet Frank Kiplagat, who's always been a source of inspiration and has a lot of knowledge in counseling psychology. Karibu sana, Janet.
Thank you.
Okay, now we embark on the issue of mistrust because we want to rebuild trust. I just want to welcome our panelists to share with us what is their thought on mistrust. What is mistrust?
Okay, I will start by saying it is hard to say what mistrust is before you say what trust is. Trust is a firm belief in the reliability, truth, or ability of someone or something. You have a very firm belief, a strong belief in the reliability of your father, reliability of your wife, your husband, of your pastor. That's you strongly believe in them. That is what we call trust. Therefore, when we speak about mistrust, we are speaking about now you begin to build suspicions of or you lack confidence in that which you trust. So mistrust is lacking confidence in the thing or in the person that you used to trust. Now the trust has gone aside. Now you don't have confidence. You are no longer treating that thing as reliable. That man is not reliable. That woman is not reliable.
Reverend, what are your thoughts on the word mistrust?
Yes, just as what Reverend Allan has said, is that you define mistrust using the premise of trust. And so for me, is that the level you have and confidence that you have for a person, to a person actually, that they will not do harm to you. That they are honest, they are sincere, they will not do any harm to you.
Okay, so there's the issue of doubt, there's the issue of confidence not being there, there's the issue of reliability. So we pick up, and maybe as a good panelist this afternoon, as we want to rebuild trust, maybe we can share with our brothers and sisters outside there who want to rebuild trust or to pick the broken piece of trust, some of the things that causes trust to be broken. How does trust be broken, Reverend Allan?
Some of the things that can cause trust to be broken.
Yes.
And I thank God. We say trust, mistrust. Between the result of between trust and mistrust is the broken trust. You've broken that trust somewhere. And it is good that the trust is not destroyed completely. That's why we are saying rebuilding. So it is only broken. And things that are broken, I always feel that they can be fixed, but within different levels. So some of the things that I think can cause the trust to be broken, I think one of them is exclusion. When we are working together as a team, we've built trust. Now we're having a team here. We are working together. And then I begin to exclude the two of you. We plan some things together, but there are some other things that we are doing only with the Reverend. So your trust will begin to be broken. In a family, when let us say one spouse begin to exclude the other spouse, maybe he buys land without telling this other one, he strikes contracts without telling the other one, he educates his family members without involving. When we begin to fail to involve the other one, now the trust is done what? It's broken. So one of them I would actually speak about exclusion. And then maybe when people are keeping secrets, when you keep secrets from me, I keep on wondering, what else have you not told me about you? What else are you hiding from me? I keep on telling myself, this one is not reliable. I may be putting my confidence in this person, but there are some secrets that I don't know that may backfire on me. When you keep secret from your family members, you keep secret from your partners in business, you keep secret from your children, some very important things, it also builds trust. The third one I would say, when people begin to be jealous of one another, you become jealous and they become jealous until you come to a place you feel these people can do something wrong to me. So I have to begin to not to trust them, because their hearts can push them into hurting me somewhere or to do something wrong. So I think those are some of the three things I would want to say.
So Reverend Allan is speaking of jealousy, secrets, and exclusion.
Yeah.
What about you, Reverend? What are some other things you can pick that make trust to be broken?
Yes, I talk about, for me, I will talk about motives. Yeah, we do have good relationship based on love, based on honesty, based on sincerity, truth. Those are the things, those are the basis of our good relationships. And what he says that until when a person shows some kind of a lie, some kind of a cheating, some kind of not believing in you, that is when that mistrust comes in. And so for me is that for the trust, how people are destroying trust is when they lie, when they have wrong motives. Yeah, when they have wrong motives in terms of what they do. What he said, keeping secrets, and which means they have some kind of doubt in that relationship that you have. And so someone, or one or both of them, or could be one of them, shows a kind of doing something different. So for me is that when you when you begin to say a lie, when you begin to show some cheating and keep secrets or doubt, that is the time you now break that bridge of trusting.
As a counselor, Janet, what are some of the things that trigger trust to be broken? Reverend has spoken of lying, cheating, exclusion, secrecy, jealousy. I also tend to think when you discover a secret, it breaks trust. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, when you discover a secret that has been kept for long. For example, these days you discover that, so this man had a child.
Or woman.
Or woman. Yeah, even women cheat. I mean, in terms, they hide their child and then you discover later that.
Yes.
So the question is, how are you supposed to trust a pathological liar, you know? Someone who lies about even the small things. Someone who goes to the bathroom with their phone. You see?
those things create mistrust. Even stalking. I hear these days there are people who put a gadget, or I don't know what they use to follow someone, whatever they are doing.
Some of the phones have, like iPhones, has a locator, whereby you call somebody and it can locate where that somebody is. And sometimes maybe somebody can call you and like, I'm at the bank, but the phone shows me I'm in a field somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah, some of the phones have that.
So if you realize someone is doing that to you, how are you supposed to trust them? And again, it shows you don't trust yourself. You don't trust them. You have your own issues. And then again, I'm looking at gossiping. A lot of issues in relationships, a lot of issues to do with trust are broken when people talk behind other people's back. Yeah, when you say something that you cannot say in front of that person, how is that person supposed to trust you again? So I'm looking at stalking, lying, and this issue of gossiping.
Maybe I can, as he speaks about stalking, stalking hurts because someone is digging out for information outside the information that you have availed to them, meaning that they don't trust the information that you have given them, so they're going to dig deep to try to get information that you have not given them. Therefore, they have not trusted you, provoking you also not to trust them. Because if I'm working with the Reverend here, and then he tells me 2, 3, and then I go and investigate behind his back, it means I don't trust him. Therefore, he now says, I cannot trust this man if he's coming behind me. I think also, as she says about gossip, I would also say it builds mistrust because you discover that there are some people that you share with them something. Gossip can be two-way. I can talk negatively about you, but again, I can share with you a secret, or I can share with you something that was not meant for the other people. And then you go and tell those other people. So it also builds mistrust. Yeah.
But also in the issue of stalking, stalking comes whereby as you grow up, you discover there is a repeated lie or a repeated information that is not correct. So
a sign of mistrust.
For you to save yourself, sometimes people want to discover beyond what you're telling them. Because at the end of the day, for instance, the issue of the phone, Janet has said people going with the phone to bed, I don't know why. I discover there are some things that are hiding, maybe transactions, maybe messages and all that. So for this person who is talking to free himself from this doubt, sometimes they go and discover and they say, oh, kumbe, it's nothing bad. And sometimes they can discover something so that they can save themselves or save the other. So the issue of stalking can cut across. It can be maybe this person providing information is not providing adequate, correct information, or this other person discovers this person has changed. Let me find out. Because that's why there is the criminal investigative, the CIDs. They come to prove something deeper than what this person is saying. So stalking can cut two-way. It can be the person who has mistrust issues, or it can be this other person. Pastor Allan is laughing,
because
not
I
lying.
believe stalking has never been
Stalking has never
any
been
positive.
I'm just trying to jog our minds. No, I'm just trying to jog our minds because we talk on stalking, and somebody can say, if I had not stalked, I wouldn't have known. So I'm just trying to discuss around stalking because Reverend Allan is saying stalking has never been positive.
I think if anybody in any relationship have doubts, they should not move until they clear the doubt, and they should not use extra
Conventional ways.
judicial ways of getting the truth. They must fight using the judicial way until they get the truth, because you can't do wrong to correct another wrong. So stalking at any particular point cannot be good. And that's why you speak with the people that have been stalked and have been found in a mistake. They even don't heal, because they keep on questioning why you did that in the first place. The moment you begin to stalk, there is a question of mistrust so deep in the one that is stalking. And you have to deal with your own mistrust. And if I am the cause of your mistrust, you have to confront me until that time the doubt is cleared. Yeah.
Yes, it's a very fascinating program. This one is,
Yeah.
but then also the topic.
That's why
itself.
you're clearing your throat.
Yeah. Yes, trust and mistrust, and you know, we always have relationships built on trust, yeah, and mutual trust, because we come to say, for example, we come to a relationship, be it marriage, or be it boss and servant, or be it colleagues, yeah, we come to it when we are strangers, but then we struck a deal, yeah, we strike a deal and say, what has Allan, what is he having so that I can benefit from that? Same case, and it can go that way and so we can build a trust based on that one.
There's a mutual.
Some mutual trust. And so we continue that relationship. But then along the way, because everyone was thinking, what is here for me? Yeah. And if you lose that one, we fear losing that one. And so sometimes if a person is operating on a secret, there is no more sharing, no more communicating, no more talking, no more sincerity, no more truth. Yeah. That is the time now we begin by maybe putting some doubt in our relationships. And good enough is that doubt is good. A doubt is good because it will help us to verify a belief. It will help me. You must come, get to a bank and you give them a note. You want to deposit your money. And for them to verify that it is a true note, they run from a machine. So they are operating from a doubt first to prove that it is true. What people do when they stalk, maybe Allan calls it an extrajudicial way of dealing with it. But then it is good to trust until when there is no trust, now you put some mechanism.
Put a measure. Because you know, banks put that machine to stock your money.
Yes.
Because now people are depositing fake notes. So
Yes.
they put a measure.
Yeah.
And sometimes I see stocking as a measure. Like, for instance, maybe you go into a deal with Reverend Allan, then he does not return calls, he comes to meeting late,
Yeah.
he does not provide enough information, there's a lot of postponement. So you begin a journey of putting a measure so that either you don't hurt yourself or you salvage a relationship before it goes offhand.
Yes, which is as well could be selfish way, because always in any relationship, every person wants good of self. Yeah, so could be one way of trying to preserve self from any harm that could be done by the other person. That is how I see it.
Okay.
But that it may not be positive.
Okay.
It may not be
It might not be
a good
positive.
way of doing it.
So we want to move.
Janet can.
Janet,
Say something.
say something on stocking.
No, it's actually a very moral question. It's actually a very moral question that we are discussing. Yeah.
I think in my own perception and maybe a little knowledge, I think stalking is more of a problem with the stalker than the stalked, because it is far-fetched that someone has mistrust issues. Some people just mistrust people because of their personality. You see, melancholics will always have a reason to mistrust people. I'm sorry if you are that personality, but they have the tendency to mistrust. And so you see this issue of stalking, and most women are experts in stalking compared to men. And that's why you see sometimes you look for things, and when you stalk, you'll get every evidence, even when there was no evidence. I mean, there was nothing this person was doing that was fishy, but because you have mistrust issues, you go right ahead and you'll find evidence. So for me, stalking is more of the stalker than the stalked.
Okay.
Because again, you don't get adequate information.
Yes.
You come here, you see I've written farm. that's the only thing you are seeing, and then you begin to build, your mind begins to build on that thing based on your suspicions and fears. And I can tell you, I've dealt with many people. Stalking has destroyed many relationships than the way it has built it. And when you find somebody through stalking, they never heal. They never heal.
Okay.
And the moment you come to the level of stalking, it means your mistrust and doubt has gone so high. It is better to stop everything and to deal with that mistrust and doubt with that person.
And I think, Reverend,
and that's why even when the banks are running the money, they are not running it in a secret room. They do it in front of you. Yeah.
Okay.
and I think it hurts the stalked.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe it builds now another level of mistrust.
Yeah, I wanted us to look at the issue of stalking because a lot of people also always tell you, if I hadn't done this, I couldn't have discovered this type of something. And women are more stalkers because of the way information also is given to us, and maybe the body language and all that. But it is something that can bring more harm than good. I wanted just us to talk about it because that is the in thing. Because I looked at my phone and I was wondering, why have they put a locator? I don't use it, but why have they put it in my phone? Simply because if I want to call, we as Africans, I can tell you I'm here, but I'm somewhere else. So I was looking at it and I was like, why have they put this thing in my phone?
Marketing. The psychology of a marketer.
Mm-hmm.
He tries as much as possible to widen his market.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that there exists some stalkers.
Okay.
I have to take care of a stalker by putting a locator.
In the phone.
And also in the same phone, there is a way of erasing information because he knows there's somebody that has some secrets. Therefore, I must take care of this particular person. It's a marketing thing.
Okay, so we move on.